guys, hope everyone's having a good day. The first thing I wanted to do was thank all the coaches and parents that have been sharing this and following this during this whole process. If there is someone or a coach or a student or an athlete that would benefit from this, please share this with them. I'm sure there's a lot of kids that are in the same situation as ours across the country that don't have access to quality programming during this time, and I hope that you guys can share it and then someone else can benefit off of this. With that being said, I first want to talk about the sprinting and plyometrics as opposed to our body weight workouts. On Friday, I explained how the body weight workouts, because the intensity or the weight is so low, the time under tension needs to go up. Well, fortunately with sprinting, it's the complete opposite. So sprinting and plyometrics, we can hit the most intensity your body can handle, and for that reason, the volume is going to come down. So for those of you guys who don't know, coaches, parents, students, athletes, when we're doing sprinting and plyometrics, you're looking to do super high intensity for a very short amount of time with full recovery, right? So when you look at this workout, you're going to say there's only 4 sets of sprints, or there's only 4 sets of plyometrics, or 5, or whatever it is, and there's maximum recovery. Do not just go through this workout, sprint, jump, because you're, first of all, you're going to be done with it in 12 minutes, and second of all, you're not going to get what you could out of this if you take the full recovery, okay? With that being said, everything that comes after this needs to be preceded by the warm-up, and if you don't know what the warm-up is, I posted a video on my YouTube channel about that last week. You guys can take a look at that. It walks you through everything that we do for our warm-up, from dynamic warm-up to our movement prep to some core engagement. So you guys can all look at that, copy and do that, and then do the workout. So the very first thing you guys are going to do is you guys are going to do form running on the wall. So you're going to do 3 sets of 6, and all you're going to start with is your hand is going to be on the wall. I'm going to lean on the wall. Now, the hand that's on the wall, that leg is going to drive up, okay? So I'm going to lean on the wall, and I'm going to come up. My toe is up, my knee is up, and my hand is by my face, okay? So cheek, and you come back down to cheek, right? I don't want my arm to go straight, and you'll see on the video, one of my athletes, his arm does go straight. When he runs, he does this when he runs, okay? And we're trying to work with him on getting this elbow back, keeping your arm fixed at about a 90-degree angle, and so you can get the most out of that stretch reflex out of the shoulder. Similarly, the stretch reflex needs to happen, and it will only happen if we get our knee as high as we can. It's going to happen in the hamstring and keep our toe up, okay? So we're here, that's 2 reps, that's 3 reps, okay? And while I'm doing this, I'm driving my leg through the ground. Notice that my leg is straight, and I'm driving my leg through the ground. I come back and up. Okay, so it's 3 sets of 6 on each leg, and then when you get done with that, then you guys are going to go to a kneeling sprint, all right? So a kneeling sprint is kind of difficult for some kids because it's putting all their weight on one leg, but I think it's really going to help them, especially in the acceleration phase. So I'm just going to start with my right leg. Let me start. Yeah, this is fine. So you might need someone to go with you, or if you're doing this by yourself, just hold yourself accountable to make sure you're hitting the progressions of this. My right leg's forward. My back foot, you guys can see, my back foot is going to be just kind of, my toes are on the ground. I don't want it to be flat like this. I kind of want my toe on the ground. There's my dog, so now you guys can't see. I want my toe just slightly up. I don't want to be having a whole lot of weight in it, just my toe slightly up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, if I'm coaching them or if I'm doing this by myself, I'm going to say, ready, and I'm going to kind of pick up and get all the weight on my right leg. I should feel everything on my right leg, okay? I don't want to be sitting here, and then I say, ready, set, go, and then you have to lean forward and sprint. I'm going to say, ready, and you guys are going to get up on this right leg, take all the weight off this back leg, and then when you say go, you're driving through that leg and sprinting through it. A couple things. When you start off, make sure your hands are set your arms are set the way they should be. So if my right leg is up, my left arm is up in this position, and my right arm is back where it should be. Just like this, right? I shouldn't be relaxed. I shouldn't be here, because the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to run, right? We want to be efficient with our movement. We want this to translate to an actual sprint. A couple things that I noticed with the athletes, with one of my athletes when we did it, was that we weren't getting a great extension out of, I don't have a whole lot of room here, so you have to bear with me. we weren't getting a great extension out of this. It was more like he was going here, setting his foot, and then running, right? We want to drive all the way through this, and I'll post a video of myself doing it. Listen, I have never been accused of being extremely fast, but I get the most out of what my body can do. So when you watch the video, watch how much extension I get with my back leg. I'm getting, just like on the form running wall, I'm getting this look, okay? And my foot is driving up just like this. That's what we're aiming for. So when you do this, a lot of the kids, if they're not strong enough, maybe they start up a little bit. Maybe you put something right underneath their foot or underneath their knee to kind of raise them up a little bit. But if my high school athletes, you guys all should be able to come from the ground, raise up, and get that full extension, and then continue to sprint. So the kneeling sprint is 4 sets of 20 meters, okay? All you need is to walk out 20 big steps in your driveway or in the road and just put out 2 cones, and those are your distance, okay? 4 sets of 20 meters, get a 3-minute recovery. Typically, the rule of thumb is that for every 10 meters you run, you want a 1-minute break. But anytime I go less than 30, I give them a 3-minute break anyways. So that's your then you guys have a normal sprint, 3 sets of 30 meters. So you're gonna go 10 meters longer than you did the kneeling sprint, okay? And all you're gonna do is you're gonna start in this stance. And if you're a coach and they can send you a video of them doing this, you guys can kind of critique it. Are they getting, when they start, are they shortchanging that step? So if I'm here, are they shortchanging that step and only taking super small, choppy strides in the beginning, or are they really driving off that leg and getting the most out of that extension as possible? So you have 3 sets of 30-meter sprints. Again, it's a 3-minute recovery. After that, you guys have a double broad jump. So a double broad jump is exactly what it sounds like. You guys are going to jump, okay, and as you land, they're jumping again. On the videos I'm going to post to the kids, you guys can see that they don't quite extend out with their hips or their knees as much. They're kind of just floating, and then they hit the ground again, and they kind of jump. It's not what we want. If you could take a picture, a screenshot of someone doing a really good broad jump and really take a good picture of right when they fully out extend and just took a picture of the leg, it looks exactly what it should look like when they do the kneeling sprint. That back leg is fully extended and the angle of force they're producing is just like a broad jump, okay, in the acceleration phase. So really emphasize them getting out with the broad jump and not necessarily up. And it's 2, so as soon as we hit the ground, we should be pulling ourselves down. As soon as I go to land, I'm pulling myself down and going into the next broad jump, okay? It should be boom, boom, just like that, jumping out as far as you can. Full extension with the knees, hips, and ankles. So you guys have 5 of those. Maximum recovery in between. Don't just jump, walk to where you started, and do it again. Take 90 seconds to 2 minutes in between each jump so you guys get the most out of it. The last exercise you guys are going to do is a broad jump with a vertical jump, okay? So you're going to broad jump as far as you can. As I go to land, I should be pulling my hands down into this load position, and then I'm jumping as high as I can. Again, getting that extension straight up in the air. And when I land, stick the landing, okay? When I land, stick the landing. You guys have 5 of those as well. Again, the whole point of this is to get maximum intensity with full recovery. The only way this is going to work is if you guys really take serious the rest period in this, okay? Because if you are working at 94, 93% because your body is just a little bit taxed because you're not getting fully recovered, this isn't helping you, okay? So you guys want to be anywhere above 96 to 97% of what you're capable of doing. That's the only way your body's going to adapt. After this, I know I said we're going to do some metabolic conditioning on my schedule. Go for a walk with your family. Go for a walk with your brother, your sister, your wife, whoever's doing these exercises. Go for a nice long walk. Not every metabolic conditioning needs to be super intense. Go for a walk for about 15-20 minutes. You're going to feel a lot better. After that, do the mobility. I posted a video of the mobility earlier this week. You guys can do the mobility. I would recommend doing that every day. Tomorrow is your off day. Do it tomorrow as well. But I hope you guys find this useful. Coaches and parents, if you guys are finding this information, these videos useful, please, please, please share and send around to kids and coaches across the state and the country. Have a good day.